Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. Sometimes I think some of these videos are just best left at how my mind works, per se, because this started as a dedicated Epic Hero video, which then became an Epic Heroes video for Tyranids, which has now delved into damn, I wish we had this. So that's what the video I think is going to end at as damn, I wish we had this, or I wish it came back in some circumstances. I'll be honest. The focus, less dedicated. And if you want to chime into any aspect of this, I appreciate it because I don't even know where I want to chime in on it. I've recorded this a couple of times and we're just going to let this one rock. So, without further bullshittery, let's get into it. We have three epic heroes as Tyranids. And I'll be honest, none of those epic heroes feel very epic. Now, on one hand, that's a good thing because it doesn't make us feel like it's Magnus or Gilliman or Leontis, even though I think they've addressed Leontis. Uh, i.e., epic heroes that it feels like you are missing something when you do not have them in your army list, and therefore they are supposed to be in your army list. Now, on the flip side, I would like something along the lines of Angron, Mortarion, the Silent King, Gazgul, right? Like something where you can argue for their points. Do I take them? Do I not? Do I take Angron? Do I take 30 Terminators? Do I take Morty? Do I take Typhus for the lore and a couple of more Death Shroud Terminators? Do I take the Silent King? Do I take a Catan and half a Catan? Like, that's where that goes. Meanwhile, our Swarm Lord argument is, well, it's not the Hive Tyrant today. Alright. Uh, Old One Eye, 150 points. Kinda hard to argue needs to be in mini list. And Death Leaper, thinking about it, has not been in a lot of our lists for some time. And this also comes to me from the back of ranting about our army rule and how our data sheets and detachments don't really give a fuck about it because Death Leaper can help you trigger Battle Shock test. But if you don't also bring a Neurolictor, the fuck does that do for you, right? Like what does that do for you? It makes your opponent possibly battle shocked. Ooh. But it doesn't do much for the army in its entirety, right? So, we have three epic heroes. I would like them to be epicer. Don't really have anything in mind to make each one more epic because it's hard to say Swarmlord needs to do more. He gives you one command point, a foot or a foot long aura of Vect, and 9-inch synapse. Like, okay, domination of the hive mind definitely could be the one that kicks rocks, right? But you know, the first two are pretty solid. Most armies would like that. I think maybe something along the lines of reroll something or ignore mods. Probably ignore mods. Yeah, we don't have that. Let's ignore some mods. Um, well, we have that in Crusher Stampede, but let's get some ignore mods going. All right, that'd be pretty neato. Other people have that. We could use that. Old One Eye. I know I said that I wasn't going to brainstorm what they could fix with, but I guess here we are. Old One Eye. Honestly, I don't have a grievance besides the fact that the wounds or the toughness could probably go up and the points stay the same, or the points go down and the Carnifex points go down, because it kind of makes no sense where we are today. But One Eye, not too bad. And Death Leaper, probably points needs to go down. And again, we go back to the well, like, what else would this do for me, right? Maybe if you bring Death Leaper, there's a chance to do a second Shadow and no, that's too massive. Probably, yeah. The aura of the fear of the unseen. Probably just make it larger. Ship it. Let Death Leaper rock. But yeah, with that quick go through, I think it's safe to say we have room in our codex for more things. And we have lore for other things. We have commanders, we have unique tyranids, we have monstrous creatures, gargantuan creatures. But yeah, some of these, like the Red Terror, was out in 3rd edition, and the way people talked about it, I could have sworn that this was a Moloch until I actually did digging a while ago, and was like, wait, the Red Terror is a Ravener? It reminded me, from the way I heard of it, it always reminded me of the, if you're a Pokemon fan, why did I almost say Pokemon? Pokemon fan of the Lake of Rage Red Gyarados. That's what I always figured, not just some random ass Ravener. But hey, if we can get another edition into go do something for me, that'd be kind of cool. Now, the one that I've heard tales of that I would like to see is the Doom of Malantai, 5th edition. We need a little bit more firepower from the oh shit side of things with Tyranids. Whether that be making the Doom of Malantai a closer range threat where you're just a bully in the midboard, or longer range shots because you are a turbocharged zoanthrope that hasn't burnt out. I I want the Doom of Malantai involved somehow. Eldar are back on the scene, kind of, but not really, because from what I understand, GW just retconned some things, but also unretconned it because they don't know what they're doing. Um, Doom of Malantai would be pretty neato, and that's all I can say. Going on from there, we have a new addition to this edition, Death's Shadow. Death Shadow is a High Fleet Leviathan Neurolictor that has been deployed by the Hive Mind as a leader in advance of a full Tyranid invasion on several worlds. Now, the Death Shadow leads Leapers and Lictors. Really don't know what was going on with them, where they had Death Leaper, and they were like, Death Shadow, right? They nothing else, don't know. The Warp Shadow, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like something else could have been there. But this was in White Dwarf 497, and Legion Leapers and Lictors, which on one hand would make me believe that our kill team, whenever that finally happens, if it ever finally happens, won't be Gene Stealers and won't be Shrikes. And that scares me because I think I'd take either of those before more Leapers and Lictors, right? Now, the way those kill team boxes work from what I've seen this edition, it's like one unit, if not repeated. Now, I guess the Tank Busters and Breaker Boys can be a different classification, but for the most part, it's like one unit. Striking Scorpions, Nemesis Claw, fuck, who else came out? The Tal, Vespit, Stingwings, and the Aquilins, right? It's kind of one thing, and you roll from there. So I don't think we'll be in a position where it's leapers and lictors out of this box. And I definitely don't see a named character coming out of the box. But I think this is my roundabout way of saying that I don't think that they're thinking about our kill team box, and that makes me sad. But moving on, one thing that I would like out of a non named character thing, malefactors. A malefactor is a large Tyranid assault creature that is able to transport a brood of other Tyranid creatures into battle under its thick carapace. It is surprisingly fast and is armed with acid jets and frag spines. Now, I don't want it to look like this. If you play Monster Hunter, that shit looks like a fucked up Kazoo, and I don't really like Kazoo. I guess you could argue Giganox in a way. Either way, don't like it. Definitely has the old Tyranids design philosophy, so that'd be cool if we undid this shit. But I would like a transport in Tyranid, something that's not the Tyrannocyte and doesn't do anything for us. I would like a transport. So hopefully we get malefactors. Moving on, Cerebors, I believe. A large Tyranid assault beast capable of rallying other Tyranid organisms around it. It was deployed by Hive Fleet Scarabus during the Coronis campaign. Why would I want something like this? Well, we have the Maleceptor, which is a debuff for mid to close range, but is kind of fucking useless in that close range aspect. So, I'm hoping that we get something that buffs our close range fighters compared to just hoping that the -1 does anything. We don't have many buffs in melee from a codex datasheet standpoint, but yet our codex currently is written with a whole lot of during the fight phase, when we don't have a lot of shit for during the fight phase. So it'd be nice if we just randomly got a Cerebor thing in here. Also, I just want faster monsters. In general, I want more monsters that have speed. The Norns having 10-inch move, I appreciate. I like it. The Moloch and Trigon 10-inch move, also appreciate it, like it. But I just want more things to be moving faster and going further. So that's that one. And the final one that I think I want to see is a Nautiloid. This is apparently a massive species of Tyranid carrying a massive sail resembling that of a snail. Its mid and rear limbs are fused into a pseudopod and lash whip combination. I think we deserve a Titanic unit, right? One that isn't fucking Forge World. I think we deserve a Titanic unit. I think a lot of us were disappointed that the Norns are so small. And you could argue, but the rules for Titanic are bad. And they were okay at one point, or at least for the Titanic unit. For the rest of everybody, that shit was fucked. But, I want something. I want something big and meaty and threatening. Now, knowing GW, I'm looking at this and it'll be like, alright, 6 lash whip attacks, 6-1-1. Call it a day. But it has T11, 3 up save, 4 up invuln, 18 wounds. Like, I already can see the bullshit, but here's to my hoping that we get a Titanic unit we can use without an arm and a leg of cost and actually absorb some fucking firepower and possibly roll shit over on the way to wherever that may be. So, yeah, I thought this was a little bit fun to go through the things that we kinda have and things that we could have. And if you are a veteran that knows something about some of the things that we used to have, feel free to drop that down below. Or you're just excited from a lore aspect, or not, I guess, and think about some things that we could have coming to us in the future. So, yeah, I I think this was interesting. Alright, if you liked the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.